I think we have two team comps that are pretty well established, and I think honestly very comfortable for both of these teams.
Yeah, I think if I'm Ultra Prime, I'm really loving the spot lane, though. Rakan, typically a pretty weak. Interesting note that about elected to take teleport. Not really a big surprise given the lane that you're seeing here. As they're trying to tag about, they do stun him up, looking to finish him off. The shield is not enough to save him. It's first
blood. Area, Monkey's making his way down here.
All right, Yao Yao just kind of peeking through, trying to hit some gleaming quills. And no Gumayushi here. So the dragon will go over to the...
take away from both a Yorick Pantheon combo as well as give to a Scion with the trade here on the bot side.
Yep, we jumped right on about. Look at the chunks that are coming through. It's the pickaxe, the longsword, and the kitchen sink as about falls for a second time.
Once again, it's just greed coming in from the WE bot lane. There's no reason for them to be stepping up with no insurance on that side of the map with objectives spawning elsewhere. They just don't really understand that they're, in danger here.
Saber getting over to his teammate. Shockwave down. Public execution is perfect.
That is moving forward, especially with those Pantheon ults potentially being there to back him up. For now, though, the question is, how much priority is going to be here on Dragon? Monkey's in the area.
Public execution. Nailed another one. The Shockwave's there, too. And the blink of an eye,
this guy's alone, we can just kill him, and now the dragon is completely free. Ultra Prime has looked fantastic so far in this game and at this tournament, and this just continues to push a lot of their positive narratives forward. This is a really good game state for them, and I feel like they're playing their comp out just about as well as they can. Get some gold back into the Pantheon that you were desperately going to need, but the Gromp resetting a little bit of Monkey
so
could be caught again.
Monkey, just because of the tether, he greeted for the Gromp. He's going to lose his life. Baya picks up a third kill.
I mean, it's disaster. It's mental errors over and over again for Monkey and for WE. About's been in some trouble, and here he is again.
All right, Liang Chen right on top of About. He just has nowhere to go. It's a Braum and a Scion, and Baya will pick up the pieces. Again, with full control of the river here. Herald going to get dropped down, and they're going to go for the crash as well. They want to take this turret. Liang Chen hanging around, but it looks like he'll head back up top to try to deal with Cube. The dragon should be started up by Ultra Prime.
Yeah, that's mid-turret. That is sole point for Ultra Prime. So long as they're able to take this dragon, it looks like WE want to contest. They kind of have to in this instance, but this is such a difficult fight for WE. Look at the cooldowns that are not available for them. Cube does not have teleport available to get here. He's one of the few pieces with actual gold.
Monkey turning around here. Now everybody's on top of him. Shockwave, but he flashes out. Public execution, and they're right back on top of him. You in a lot of trouble, though, getting very low, and he gets shut down by the Varus. And now Baya has to escape along with Saber as Karis is bearing down on the carries. Xiaoshu was left alone, and he will fall too as Team WE win their first fight of the game.
It is a major overextension from Luo EU that really ends up costing Ultra Prime. He sees the kill onto Monkey, but he doesn't have...
See if Ultra Prime can find another pick and try to get back to it.
Yeah, and they're going to need to stay active right now. Just a little bit of a duel on the top side. Liang Chen actually going to TP out. This Otacon has been started here by Ultra Prime.
Yeah, Cube has no TP, so this is going to be a 5v4. Karis around the side for right now as the rest of Team WE try to muscle their way in, but they don't really have a tank. 7,000 HP and dropping. What a shockwave from Saber with the public execution of the knockups, and Team WE are getting wiped. Karis is stuck in the middle of 4 members, and they have spotted him out, and they're tagging him up and knocking him down. 4-0. Triple kill for Baya.
It does not matter if you miss the first. It does not matter if you miss the second. If you land the most important shockwave, everything goes your way as Orianna, a massive play from Saber, somebody who's been absolutely dominant, quite frankly, for this team at this tournament so far up until this point. Baya now with 7 kills on this Lucian. The game felt like it was handed back to WE for them to continue to play out. Well, WE said, you know what? We feel good giving it back. Cube even going to trade his life for a turret
here. Gold deficit now. The scaling, it's hard to say it's on your side. Here we go. We're seeing Monkey make a play as they get on top of Baya. Baya's still alive, but he will finally fall to Karis. It's a shutdown. He's looking for Xiaoshu as Monkey picks that one up. Quick picks for Team WE.
Yeah, it's nice to get some gold in return. They're going to continue to push forward here. Obviously, it doesn't change the entire game up until this point, but it is really nice to get that shutdown gold on Baya off the board, because that is a ridiculous amount now in the pockets of some important WE members. There's no objective to take quite yet, but
Oh! Just the tip! And About is gone!
He's just gone, and the fight continues. WE's going in.
Yeah, Saber has no shockwave, so you're going to need the consistent damage out of him and this Ambessa, but they're getting chased off. Big triple knockup coming through.
Chorus.
But Saber doesn't quite have the damage. Chorus trying to escape through mid. The flash after him. More flashes getting burnt. Chorus is on a thread, but you're going to get the command dissonance. Speed up, yelling at him, but Chorus just able to escape.
Absolutely insane stuff. This game has very quickly turned into the fiesta that we know and love here in the LPL. Dragon is up now, and with that fight having been so catastrophic for both of these teams, can either of them full commit? Baya's here. He's looking for more. Liang Chen.
Oh, we are just going so over-aggressive here, but I do like it in some aspects, because a lot of Team WE members haven't had an opportunity to leave. There's that Chains of Corruption, but Yao Yao says, hey, it's time to go. Down to half HP. Here's the calling. Most of it blocked by the Gromp, saving the day as Saber walks out on a sliver.
It is insane, the value Dragon for Ultra Prime that is not contestable in any way, shape, or form. And that's sole point that puts WE now on an even 2 in the mid lane for that pressure. And they can use this to move basically anywhere on the map. Even the Yorick right now is not getting nearly enough in a side lane. The Scion once again just coming in clutch. This is generally okay for the Yorick to be able to deal with. But Cube, now he's caught.
Yep, everybody's going after him. There's that public execution as well. No healing is going to be able to save you. Saber picking up the third kill. Listen, he's just trying to split push with his cat ear headphones, man. Let him live.
Yeah, you know, we've all been there. I can imagine start soon. This is not going to get easier for them.
No doubt. Bias continue to do a good job. Here we go. About up too far again. It's a calling to the face. And the Lucian picks up 2 more. 9, 1, and 0. Skin buff.
There's nothing else to say. He's so enamored by the skin choice for Baya that he just has to keep getting a very close look of what the skin looks like in action. Unfortunately, it costs his life again, but that is Baron, completely for free. The bot lane gone, no way to fight over this. And if there was an easy way for WE to get back in this game, it is gone. Monkey gonna ult in, though. He's gonna try for the steal.
I respect it. You gotta go for it. He's not gonna get it, but you gotta try. This game looks mighty doomed.
Yeah, if that was the last-ditch effort, then I think the ditch has been dug. As we see the teleport coming down here for Xiaoxia just to get back out on the map. You know, even that split push win condition that you were talking about, now Baron is there. There's no way for this Yorick to be able to feel aggressive in a side lane. Monkey no longer has ultimate to be able to make plays either. You have to stall this out as much as possible. And the problem with that
Force
is that...
a fight. I love what Yao Yao's doing here. I think that this is a great way to win, but the problem is About is up too far again. Over the wall, 10th kill.
You know, at some point it does become a bit of mental boom. We'll call it as we see it, where, you know, I think by the 7th death, you're probably sitting there going, you know, this is just how it goes. Maybe a champion with a little bit more mobility in the next game for About. For now, he is going to have to look at a gray screen as Ultra Prime continues to push with this Baron buff into the bottom lane here. They are taking both of these inhibitor towers, and quite frankly, the base is likely next.
There's that inhibitor. Let's see if they're going to go help out Liang Chen. They are going to do so. That will be that mid inhibitor. About going to respawn at about 7 seconds. See if Ultra Prime wants to stick around, but they will wisely back out. They will head over to the Dragon.
Definitely the final nail in the coffin for WE. And now the question is just how aggressive do they want to play around it? They're looking for the steal again.
You got to try, right? You have to try, because otherwise you're just going to lose a slow death and bleed out. About is over the wall just trying to auto people, and Best is going to flash over the wall and eat him alive. Who's going to get this last kill? It's a triple kill for Baya. 13, 1, and 2. That's game.
Bit of a Lucian diff in this one in terms of how things broke down. A brilliant game from Baya, a brilliant game from Luo Yu, and a brilliant game from Ultra Prime that ends up really securing their spot here and giving them a lead in game number 1.
Yeah, this was a powerful showing out of Baya and Xiaoxia. I mean, from the get-go, they got that early kill and they never looked back, K-Man. I was very, very impressed. Locked in. I have to check the ages of some of these players. Cube, 23 years old, might get boomer checked. I don't know. Yao Yao, 24. Have an opportunity to go over and ward. They've got a great idea that this is happening.
Pings
have gone down on it. Teleport coming in for Saber. Meanwhile, some engaging on the bot side here is Yao Yao getting stunned up. Yao Yao's in big trouble. Baya's flashing after him, and they get the job done again. Baya and Xiaoxia are putting in work in the spot lane. Hit him with the Q. If he hit that Q, I think he's shifting back in and ending it.
Yeah, it's not all that uncommon right now with the way that Malphite Jungle ends up wanting to play. There are a lot of interesting builds that I think you can go for Malphite in the jungle. I'll be interested to see the direction that he ends up going here. For now, it is a free Drake. This is what we were talking about earlier when we talked about that bot lane priority. This is how you use that.
Xiaoxia, I mean, look at this. Xiaoxia is in between the turrets, just trying to stop Yao Yao and about. I mean, here's a Weaver's Wall too. They're going for this play. Knockups are there. The recall went through. Yao Yao flicked back, interrupted, and the headbutt away from the minions makes it easy pickings. Saber gets that one.
Who needs grub priority when you can just kill the bot lane?
Dastardly things before.
I think it's a great call out that there really isn't any sort of gold deficit here. So we see a little bit of trading, some supportal combat. Saber's in the area though.
Yep, looking for some big damage. Knockup's gonna get onto the Saber. There's the knock-up. Big one on the two members. And Monkey's in trouble. Saber goes over the wall. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Kars is forced to flash away. And now it's a 3v3. Yao Yao with a root. Hook back onto Xiaoxia as they're looking to take him out. And he will fall. Saber and Baya couldn't do enough to turn the fight. This dragon. We'll see if Team WE want to move down, but it looks like they're not going to be able to in time.
Yeah, this is good for Ultra Prime. They continue to stack those dragons solo lanes, and these are pretty crucial areas for WE to be able to play through. The Rumble and the Syndra are both quite problematic for the Ultra Prime comp to deal with if they're not in the best of spots. But if you were ever going to fight as up, it is probably at this point in the game, as long as you have that go button available.
And we haven't seen Team WE take advantage of their
about
comp strength just yet. There's that bullet time, but about immediately having to escape. He is running scared, stuck in the back of the pit. Everybody's on the Malphite, but he can't stop him before he gets the kill. And now Kars and Yao Yao are stuck. Kars, scatter the weak, just trying to do what he can, but he's got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and the kill goes over to Baya.
About might as well have a giant sign on him right now that says, throw.
No doubt, K-Man. Rift Herald now up. Ultra Prime moving up. Hook goes down. Perfectly landed onto this Ezreal. There's the redemption to keep him upright for now, but it's an enemy redemption as well. Baya falls, and now Monkey is looking to run over the fight. Saber will fall. Cube goes after Lo Yiyu, and he falls too. And in the blink of an eye, Team WE wipe away Ultra Prime.
It goes from
That's all right. They should be able to knock that one down and potentially break the dragon stacking.
Yeah, this is a huge, important get for WE. If they can stop the stacking of these dragons, things get easier, but Saber is here. They're looking
fine. Yeah, look at the other side. They're looking for Cube. There's an equalizer down, but it's not going to do everything you want it to. Saber taking a lot of damage, but his sidesteps are great, but he can't kill Cube as About comes through with a double kill.
That is huge for WE. This game more difficult if MF can just sit on the backline and bullet time. If you can make sure that you can keep the Malphite off of her, that is a problem for the rest of this Ultra Prime roster. And
it's for Ultra Prime. Sorry, it's now 5,500, and this turret's about to fall on top of it. The gold spilling into the pockets of
very fitting. Very festive here from WE to make sure that we're all in the spirit. But Otacon not getting to enjoy it as he's going down real fast here, below 5K.
Listen, he could just drop the ultimate Weaver's Wall coming through, but that might not be the only rock that's getting thrown. Hook goes down. Ezreal, it's there. Who's securing it? Up for grabs, and it's About that picks it up. Lian Cheng on top of Yao Yao, knocking him up, all outing him, taking him down. Kars dropping her ultimate on Baya, but he can't quite kill him. But he goes forward with the scout of the week, picks him up. It's About with a second kill, and he's full HP, and he wants to fight, trying to double up a couple members. He's got a triple kill, looking for Saber. That's a quadra kill.
No way.
Gonna be the GOAT. He's got the pentakill.
Pentakill for About, a player who we were asking, are you going against the wall? They had complete control of this game and they couldn't make the most of it. Can it pick on a cube, make things a little bit better?
What are you going to lose for it is the question. Cube going to go golden here just to try to buy any extra time that he can. Xiaoxia will be able to tank up this turret. Equalizer going to go down to make sure that you actually can't take the turret. And you're going to lose so much of the mid lane for this. You lost your Ezreal in the shove. The push is on.
Yeah, Baya's dead in the mid lane. He just was trying to solo stop them from taking that inhibitor, I guess, and ends up dying for his troubles. These are 2 inhibitor towers falling. That was so much time that Cube ended up buying. It took him forever to end up dying there. This is a huge win for WE. We're going to get a replay to see how this happens. He arcane shifts out, but it's just a flash hook from Nautilus. Yao again coming in clutch. Hook. Yeah, the second major hook landing onto Baya in this game as well. You know, it's really, we talk about kind of getting back into form here. Yao has had a fantastic second half of this game in that same vein, and WE are reaping the rewards as they take this dragon.
It was his most played the last time he was playing. No surprise to see that he is showing up.
Give that over to WE. You need to make sure you're in a spot to be able to fight that out. Now, Luo Yu is in actually a pretty strong position from a build perspective. He might not be, you know, third item yet.
There we go.
As I speak, oh, it's a pick.
Right on top of About, he's healing, but oh my goodness. He could not heal enough. It was close. It's a big shutdown for Saber, 1,000 gold.
Yeah, it's really relevant because that's the exact timer of Baron. That, you know, they will spawn.
Baron is getting eviscerated. Chorus with a nice scat of the week to keep them at arm's length. Luo Yu can't find a way in. Equalizer on top of it, and the rock gets broken. Liang Chen, a flash over the wall immediately, and all out now. Chorus is caught in a corner. He's going golden with the rest of Ultra Prime surrounding him, but he's going to be able to flash out now. Yao says it's time to start the fight on top of Xiao. There's that ultimate coming through. That bullet time. Xiao will fall, and the rest of Ultra Prime got to run for the hills. Monkey is going to use his Ragnarok, but he's going to go in, take a lot of damage, really trying to go after Liang Chen, but he will not be able to get a kill. Saber will fall to Chorus, and About is all about it. That's an ace for Team WE. A teleport in the mid lane, and we should be headed to Game 3, K-Man.
WE rebound from a demoralizing game 1, a rough start to game number 2, to take this one incredibly consistently. This is the team we were hoping to see come into this tournament. They were favorites in this series for a reason. They haven't always looked like it, but at the very least now they get a chance to prove it in a do-or-die game 3 for their tournament life.
5v2 ain't gonna get the job done. The Fountain gonna help out with that one. Double knockup coming through. Headbutt into the Fountain. Nice. There we go, Xiao. Well done to get that one on the backside. But ultimately, and listen, hey, Nico Ultimates plus Galio over the top, it's going to be a big deal.
I think that there's a couple of things to really point out here. Ultra Prime's draft is terrifying. To me, the Galio is obviously mirror match. Gianni, you were asking for it. You were pleading for a mirror match here in this blind pick. We are getting it. As we get some aggression coming in. Yao?
Yep, right on Baya. That barrier is going to be burnt, but this is good damage coming through. Meanwhile, Cube flexing on Liang Chen. I am the better Rumble player.
It becomes a lot more difficult for the Ori to have the pressure, but the dive coming down. Yao's alone.
I love this, and they just blow him up. In the blink of an eye, they take him out. Well played there. But the Ultra, you're happy to have them, but they're not any must-haves like, you know, a Yorick if you had them on the team.
Yeah. This is definitely a game that's going to be a lot more determined by the skirmishes that end up going down in the mid-game.
And he's got the Ruby Crystal. Are you going to have the damage for that? Are you going to be able to go after this Kiana? Is he going to be able to stay in it enough vision? Well, it looks like he's just going to go for a solo ultimate here. Monkey having to level up, and Cube throwing the equalizer right on top of it, baby. 2-0. Escape, but he gets this other one down here. It's like so much that's been denied from Luo Yu. So we'll have to... hold on. Curtain call coming through. Baya finds the kill. About left his support out to dry there.
Yeah. You know, classic AD carry gameplay. Your support's on 1 health, and I'm going to run away. Xiaoxia's
Xiao
not
flashing,
in a good spot to flash.
Will flash right back. Oh my god! Oh my god! He put him in a blender! He put him in a blender! Balls on Monkey, but the turnaround's already here. They're gonna look for him, taunt him up, and take him down! Feat of warfare for Team Ultra Prime, and now Chorus is forced to flash away. My goodness, ankle's broken.
Somebody check Monkey. I think he's getting nauseous. I think he's getting dizzy. He's gonna fall out of his chair. That was disgusting from Xiaoxia. I have not seen a juke quite like that in pro play in a very long time, and it really comes up big for Ultra Prime. It lets them completely swing the fight into their favor. That should get them these grubs. Teleport is coming down onto the top side here from Cube, but I'm not sure it's enough. Baya is gonna start walking out.
Equalizer's up.
Oh no.
Yeah. This guy is toast. Baya with the barrier. He's forced to flash, but he's stuck in the corner. It's going to be another one for Cube. Nobody.
That's really the issue, huh? It's if you're going to pull the trigger on these big ultimates, you got to land on someone
Blossom. Yeah, About is in a lot of trouble. Can he dodge out of the curtain call? Last shot. Barriers up. Hold it, but he missed. Bullet time on Xiaoxia, and he kills him. About in the 2v1.
Oh, it's a nightmare. You think that Xiaoxia and Baya comfortable going for this play for now. They're just going to give over this dragon. It will only be Ultra Prime's first. I mean, Soul is likely off the table as a huge win condition in this game. It would just be very late. Liang Chen? Could be in danger? No way.
Oh, he's cooking him. Huh. I think Cube might dive here. I think Cube might just take the 1v1 if
Yao Yao is here.
If he fancies it after he clears out this wave. But yeah, as you mentioned, Yao Yao is here. Xiaoxia is too. But he's posing as a Kiana, maybe just to scare Cube. Cube close to overheating.
Teleport.
Now there's a teleport coming in from behind. That's the Galio. So Yao Yao is going to Hex Flash over the wall to try to stop whoever's coming in, but he won't be able to stop that. Galio ultimate coming down right on top of Cube. But Xiaoxia is the one getting knocked up, getting stunned, getting pulled in by the Magnet Storm, and a big taunt from Saber, but he will not be able to keep his support alive. It's Karis picking that one up.
Cube is just too big right now. This guy melts through danger, but that play on the top side, it feels like they've caught out Cube, but Cube is able to melt these engaged frontliners that need to go for it.
Paranoia.
Curtain call punished.
Right on top of Baya. And Baya is very, very dead with the bullet time over the top.
That's what you do. You see those low mobility carries on this curtain call after he sees that he's able to land that W. He says, yep, sign me up, except, sorry, Nocturne's there to kind of ruin your day if you are the Jhin. So we see picture-in-picture.
Karis is almost dead. He's trying to help out. He's not able to get the job done. Monkey will fall. Teleport coming into the backside as Yao Yao is trying to stop Saber. Lands the stun. Equalizer means that there's nowhere for Saber to go. It's another one for Cube, but the turnaround is here. Can't quite land the kill onto Karis. Cube nearly overheated. Just trying to run back to that turret safely.
I would have been so upset if we went this entire time with some, regular games with a couple of comebacks, but, throwing it out of the rel. But at this point, this fight is almost entirely even due to the fact that Karis survived and we're right back.
Yep, darkness coming through as Monkey is on to Xiaoxia and will take him down. Another successful Paranoia play coming through.
This Nico is continuously getting punished. When he dives onto the backline, things get a lot easier for this team to be able to play out even 4v4s from that point on.
Here we go. Shockwave lands. There is almost a pickup. They haven't quite gotten the kill yet as the Kiana will finally fall. Xiaoxia coming through with a big double knock up as Baya trying to do what he can, but it's just not enough. About's got 2 kills. Here's the equalizer looking for the turnaround as the Liang Chen, but Cube is going to drop an equalizer of his own. Not doing a ton of damage, but he flashes over the wall, and About picks up another one. Bullet time just now coming through, and here's the curtain call. Cube just trying to make sure that he's the only one getting tagged up by these. Team WE 3 kills for nothing. Scalio, Monkey's got the ball on him. He got the shockwave available. And it's time to go in. Lights are out. Who's home? Right on top of the jungler. You take the objective too. Curtain call coming through, but it's not going to kill anybody. And things are going disastrous for Ultra Prime. They're trying to get something on the backside here, and Baya gives his life for at least one. But Xiaoxia is low. He is dead. The taunt on many for Saber, but he will get nothing. 5 for 2. That is an ace.
That is an ace, that is an Otacon, and that is control over the entire series here for WE. Here to clean up, and WE are here to move on, or at least push their way closer and closer to stage 2.
Another one. Get him. Baya is dead.
I mean, at this point, that gray screen is becoming a familiar face for this Jhin. As WE continue to push forward, they are not done. They are not complacent with what they have taken on the map at this point. Wave crashing mid. This should be the tier 2 tower going down.
Yangchen could find himself in a little bit of trouble. He's going to be forced off. Slowed up a little bit too, and exhausted. They are going to try to kill him. Equalizer goes down, but it doesn't matter because the bullet time is just that much stronger right now. 6-1-3 for About. I think we have figured out About's champion.
Yeah, it's the trigger pulling that I'm so excited by. The last thing you ever want to see from a player like Monkey is fear, is any sort of passiveness. I've been so happy, been so glad to see that he's been just as aggressive as we could ever want from him out of that jungle position. This Dragon now going to get taken for free by WE. That is sole point. WE wants to try and push forward. They have so much combat power. They're going to use it.
Here we go. And so it's just Monkey here on top of Saber. You can see he's trying to chop him down. It's taking a while. The shockwave comes in. Saber not landing the knock up there, but he is forced completely away. Here we go. On the backside is Xiaosha with the curtain call on top of the Galio as well. They're fighting in the choke, but Team WE are winning anyway. Equalizer comes in. It does good damage. Are they going to be able to get this kill? Yao Yao will fall. Ends up being a 1-for-1 for right now, but Ultra Prime are not quite done. They want more. They need more, but they're not going to be able to get it.
That is a big mistake from WE. They're sticking around. They could want to look for something else here if anyone ends up overextending, but they fight in the exact spot where Ultra Prime are the most likely to succeed, and that is in that choke point. Basically, all of that AoE damage landing onto WE, even so.
Oh, Cube is ready.
More. Yeah, Cube is ready. Doesn't have the equalizer available, so it's going to be tough for them to punish this fully, but Baron is on the map if they want to try and delay these Ultra Prime resets.
Yeah, you can see they're a little scattered. Maya taking his back here.
Yangchen.
Okay, we're going in as Monkey. Yeah, good point out there as Monkey will be able to find the kill and will be able to escape.
I really thought that they didn't have the damage after that Orianna Shockwave ends up going a little wide, but it is just a Rumble at the end of the day. Not the most difficult champion to end up breaking down, and they are able to get the pick. They're able to get the kill, and their eyes are now on the Baron.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to push forward. Cube!
He's going to lose his stacks! He had 18. I was just about to say, oh man, he's stacking up. I didn't even have to say it. I just thought about it.
Need to look for the fight if they want to take it.
All right, now the big question is, do they want to stop them at the Baron, or do they want to go to the Dragon because it's up? Here comes Team WE. Shockwave lands. Down goes Kiana. Now the next target is going to be Yangchen. Baya trying to escape through the jungle. Here's Karis. There's the Pop Blossom. It's only on to Karis. The knockup coming through with Saber, and they manage to find him, but the Rumble on the other side will go golden, but he will not survive. About picks that one up. It's now a 4v3 as Monkey is looking for a little bit more here and not able to get it. But they will start up this Baron, K-Man.
Yeah, it was sloppy. It didn't look quite as clean as maybe you would want. The curtain call is going to get dropped here. Baron going down to sub 8k here. Xiaoxia still here, but with no ultimate.
Holding.
Not going to be able to take this. This should be free. Bullet time getting dropped.
Yep, and they're just going to go and burn everything they can to take it. The taunt is here. Saber went in. He's gone golden over on the backside. A death, but Cube is burning them alive. Xiaoxia has to use the clone to try to escape. Saber's caught in the pit, and About's auto attacks just do too much damage at this point in the game. Baron secured for Team WE, and it should be but a formality now to end the game as Xiaoxia will fall.
The last gasp for Ultra Prime at this tournament has likely been taken. Unfortunately, they just WE, that is Baron, that is Ocean Soul, that is full control of the map, that is 9 kills on your Rumble, everything going in favor of WE here.
And it's a pushing
Really play the game, and Xiaoxia finally making his way in here. They are going to get the pick onto Karis, but it's so too little too late. And now we see WE marching down, taking the inhibitor here in the mid lane, as bot lane is under siege as well.
Well, Ultra Prime need to regroup and make a last stand because it is not looking too good, K-Man. There's another inhibitor down. Team WE looking to move on here. The siege is on. We're going to see at least one last 5v5. Saber trying to do what he can to get rid of these buffed up Baron cannon minions. The first turret will fall as Team WE are squeezing the life out of Ultra Prime.
Yeah, it is just slow and methodical. Xiaoxia once again on the flank. He could find a nice angle
He's
here.
on the ward.
Bolt's dropped.
Lights are out. Kara's taking a little bit of damage. We're going to push them all the way back into the fountain. There's the Pop Blossom on the backside, but it's not really going to do all too much. Xiaoxia going to get immediately bursted out. Knock up here onto Monkey as he's going to pop that GA, but the second Nexus turret will fall. There is nothing left. Team WE are the ones going up, up, up. This is their moment. They're headed on to stage 2.
It is a golden victory here for Team WE as they take this series 2-1, as they keep their hopes alive in Demacia Cup, and as they get them